Hey, Coach JR here, and today I want to talk about the fastest and easiest way to be absolutely mediocre on the pitch. Stay tuned. Hey, I'm not sure about you, but there is very little in life that gets me more fired up than to go to all the practices, do all the strength work, watch what I eat, do all the fitness work, all the technical, all the time spent in the car, missing times with my friends, playing video games, so I can be absolutely mediocre at soccer. That sounds awesome, right? Terrible. Why would we want to do that? And I can promise you the number one thing that's going to make you mediocre is if you think club soccer is going to lead you to being great. It is necessary, but it is not sufficient, all right? It is an absolute necessary thing. I'm not saying don't play club soccer. Your coach is going to help you with all of your skills, all of your street savvy, all of that competitiveness and athleticism, and they're going to help you take that and put it into a system to win so you know how to apply it, teach you about soccer IQ. They're going to give you opportunities to play in big tournaments, to develop your mental toughness and your competitiveness. But if you think club soccer, like when you look at the kids that get scholarships and go to the next level out of clubs, it wasn't because they played club soccer. It's because they played club soccer. Of course, we all play club soccer. So the other 95% of kids who don't get scholarships coming out of club soccer, they played club soccer also. But what was different about the kids that had the scholarships? What was different is they were getting their touches. They were doing the road work. They were doing their fitness work. Sometimes, yeah, they were very, very athletic also. So club soccer is baseline. That's a given. Like you can't say, oh, I'm good at soccer because I play club soccer. There's tons of club soccer players. Are they all good? No, absolutely not. In fact, the vast majority are not good at all because all they do is they go to practice twice a week and then they think they're going to get mastery in an extraordinary complicated game. So that is the least, the baseline effort is club soccer, okay? The other way to do it, and one of the reasons why club soccer, and this will tie right into the next point, is another way to ensure you're gonna be mediocre is focus on all different aspects of the game at once, okay? So now we can do this if we're gonna do like math, let's say, or we're gonna do violin, or we're gonna do acting. We can work on how do I start to cry, figure all that kind of stuff, right? Art, you can work on one thing at a time. I'm gonna do all my, shading or my, perspective work or whatever it is. I can work on single things again and again and again, but you don't have to be aerobically fit to do math, right? You don't have to be watch your diet to do chemistry. Okay? And to play the violin, I mean, there is some framework and stuff like that, but you don't have to be extraordinarily explosive to do those kind of things. And it's not like in violin, you have to dodge other people or get around other defenders, right? So soccer is extraordinarily complex. There's so many different things, right? That's why you've got your 4 and now 5 pillars of training, because it is an extraordinary complicated thing. Now, if I focus on all those things at once, hint, hint, like happens at soccer practice, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get this. This year I'm here and next year I'm there, and a big portion of my improvement is because I'm bigger, right? But I focused on everything. Oh, headers and set pieces and running and strength work and core work and explosiveness and tight ball control and my 1v1s and my defending and then what happens? Well, from month to month, do you really see a difference in your training? No, not at all. So what I'm saying is, what they're doing is they're giving you an awesome baseline and a foundation to go on and work everything. But what you're gonna need to do is I'm gonna need to focus on the 1 or 2 things right now that's gonna help me take my game to the next level. And if you're 12 years old and your goal is to play soccer, in college when you're 18, you have 6 years times 90 days. You have 24 of those periods. Now, if you really focused on 24 different things, do you not think that would be enough time to build up unbelievable technical mastery or more strength or more explosiveness if you focused on 1 or 2 things each 90 days, right? So there's 4 of those in a year times 6 years. I've got 24 different phases of training there coming up. I mean, what does Ronaldo do? Right? He's super fast, super explosive. Yeah, he can change direction with the ball, but he basically does a scissor and a double scissor and the Ronaldo chop. Like, that's 2 90-day periods, or 3 if you do the scissor and then the double scissor and then the chop. But like, what else did he do? And so you can see that once you break it down, and you focus on one or two things and you realize, hey, I've got a lot of these time periods where if I really did, and I got thousands of repetitions of trying this skill during that period of time, I could get pretty good at it. But the problem is if you do that skill 15 times and you do another skill 15 times, another skill and another skill, you're not getting good at any of them. Like, that is how mediocrity happens, is I'm gonna focus on everything at once. I'm trying to focus on getting bigger, faster, stronger, more fit, more technical, more, and you're gonna get none. Focus on one thing, maybe two, okay? A physical quality and a technical quality. Bam, you put those two things together and you set those up every 60 to 90 days, you're gonna see so much progress, and it is gonna be so fun because you're gonna be like, oh, here's where I was 60 days ago, or here's where I was 90 days ago. And then you measure at the end of 90 days, assessment, okay? And you go, wow, that's amazing. I am a totally different player in these couple of skills. Now I'm gonna move on to do the next one. And it's super ultra motivating, okay? Now, the last thing that's gonna burn you out, all right, or make sure you're gonna be mediocre, is sitting in the car, okay? I'm gonna drive across town for special speed and agility training because I can't run outside and I can't do agility drills outside. I'm gonna drive across town so, a 40 or 50-year-old man or woman is gonna set down cones for me so I can dribble through cones. And we have to fight the traffic that way. I'm gonna drive across town for special this, and I'm gonna drive across town for special that, okay? You're getting the point. Most kids in club soccer spend almost as much time in the car as they do on the pitch, all right? And then they wonder why it's not really that fun. Most of the stuff you can do, you can literally do right at home. And yes, we provide solutions for most everything that you need to train, but so do other people. Just find what you like and do the work. Because I can promise you, if you're sitting in the car every single day, that gets real old. And I'm not talking about just for you. I'm talking about for mom, for dad, whoever's driving you to all these sessions and having to be there and watch or just find something to do. It's awful. Right? And it gets to be old for you because what you could be doing in 30 minutes, getting 5,000 touches in 30 minutes, you're going to drive across town, have somebody, basically babysit you and coach you. Then you're going to drive back home and you're spending 2.5 hours to get 30 minutes worth of work. Why didn't you do it in 30 minutes and go play with your friends? Why didn't you do it in 30 minutes and be like, oh, my friend lives 15 minutes away. I don't want to ride my bike there. You're driving a half an hour across town. Ride your bike over to your friends and do 1v1 passive and 1v1 active defender stuff. Train with them and then ride your bike back. Like all of that free time. Play video games. If you take care of your homework and your room's clean and your chores are done and you've done your technical training for soccer, have fun, right? But you can't do that if you're sitting in the car. Right? You're burning out because you're missing out. You might not think of it consciously, but in the back of your head, you know that you're missing having fun when you're sitting in the car, right? Sure, you can sit on your iPad or your phone and scroll away. That's not fun, okay? That's not fun. So the three things: club soccer only. Club soccer is necessary. It absolutely is not sufficient. The next thing is focus on too many things at once. This is why club soccer, it's necessary, but it's not sufficient. They have to focus on everything because every Saturday they have to win. Otherwise, the coach doesn't know what they're doing or the refs are terrible or something else. No, it's just that you're only mediocre at a whole bunch of different stuff. You're not excellent at anything, okay? And the final thing is don't burn yourself out by thinking you need fancy this and fancy that. Go get some pickup together, call some friends, meet at a park, whatever it takes. Get the ball down, put the cones down, get a little rebounder or a wall that you knock it off of. All you need is a ball and a couple of cones. You don't have cones, get socks. Like, don't make excuses, okay? But get that work done and then go have fun, right? Because if you're missing out on everything, man, it gets to be old by the time you've been doing 5, 6, 7 years of club soccer. That gets to be old. Stop missing out on fun, but don't give up that dream. Okay? So I hope this helped you out. These 3 ways that are absolutely going to ensure that you're going to end up completely mediocre unless you take care of them. Take care.